Hey guys, I'm top music attorney Miss Krystle, and today I'm giving you a real music lawyer's reaction to the 2011 smash hit Bangarang by Skrillex. Let's get into it. Hi guys, I'm top music attorney Miss Krystle. I'm an entertainment attorney, public speaker, and creator of the Top Music Attorney School for artists and record labels. I'm the owner of Dukes Up Records, and most importantly, I'm an independent artist. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on those bell notifications so you don't miss my weekly videos giving you my best tips on the music business, industry news updates, and teaching you how to stay legally protected.
Let's go.
Oh, puppy.
Shouts to all my lost boys. Shouts to all my lost boys. We rowdy. Shouts to all my lost boys. Shouts to all my lost boys. We rowdy. Shouts to all my lost boys. Shouts to all my lost boys.
So we've covered this in other videos as far as when there are animals on set, you're supposed to have some kind of animal handler. You want to make sure that the animals are being kept safe and treated well. And these dogs are very cute.
We rowdy. Shouts to all my lost boys. Shouts to all my lost boys. Bangarang Ft
So far we see a couple of cute kids. We see a driver of an ice cream truck and he's eating while driving. He seems to maybe not be driving so safely. I don't know if he's really swerving that much, but you want to make sure obviously you're not endangering other people and driving safely. All right, so first of all, I'm not sure where these children's parents are. You see one of them is playing with electronics and he's strapped up with different wires, which is a little concerning. And I'm assuming that this is a weekend because we're seeing these children during the daytime doing something, and we want to make sure that, of course, they're not just playing somewhere without supervision. All right, so we're seeing these children setting off explosives. This is very concerning. How old are these kids? 10, 11? Again, back to the supervision point. Is this a weekend? Shouldn't they be in school? What is happening?
Shouts to all my lost boys. We rowdy. Shouts to all my lost boys. 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 We rowdy. Shouts to all.
Well, and also, what kind of negligence is associated with wherever they got these explosives, right? So let's say some kind of parental figure or an older brother or someone. There was someone that had these explosives for these children to go and get them. So whatever ends up happening, whatever potential liability or crimes are about to be committed, potentially are going to extend to whoever obtained these explosives in the first place and made them accessible to these children. And it doesn't seem like this is the first time that these children are doing this. They seem very coordinated.
my lost boys. Bangarang Ft
I mean, even that, right? This kid fires the first shot, the vehicle immediately swerves. That vehicle could have swerved so dramatically it crashes into the building and kills this driver. I mean, we're having fun and, maybe the intention here is not to kill this guy and we're going to see what's going to happen. But the reality of what could have happened in that exact moment could have been pretty serious. All right, so this fella's about to not love life so much, but we also saw that he just got electrocuted. Now, I'd like to point out he doesn't seem to maybe be the person that's in the best shape. We don't know the state of his health, so he just got electrocuted, and at least for the average person, I think that would do a lot of damage if someone has a pre-existing condition. Again, being electrocuted, just that one instance could have killed him. It didn't, and now we're going to see what's going to happen. All right, so now we know what the intention was. Obviously, there was an ice cream truck we know why they coordinated this effort. And I'll at least point out, it seems that these kids needed maybe a good mentor, because what I am seeing is that they're smart kids that are coordinated, that had a plan, that were resourceful because they went and got these explosives. And all of it was for this mission because they wanted what looks like to be ice cream. So just as a quick recap of where we're at, we had potentially an attempted homicide with the firecracker or explosive or whatever it was that was shot at the vehicle. He didn't actually die. He didn't actually have anything too severe happen, but it doesn't mean it wasn't attempted manslaughter. We also now see the kids are stealing, right? So they are stealing the ice cream. This is going to be added onto it. And just because they're minors, most of you know this, it doesn't mean that charges can't be brought. All right, this is an important moment because this driver has caught this kid, right? And so he is stopping the child, the minor, from stealing from him, potentially from causing more harm, even bodily harm. We know that these kids at this point may be trying to actually really hurt him. So he's reaching for something, and that's okay, right? We talk about this in other videos as far as self-defense. You are allowed to defend yourself and your property. And so he's reaching for what looks like a baseball bat, but the difference for me is that he grabbed one of the kids and he's holding the kid. So my question would be, is he holding the kid because he's like, I'm gonna hold this, this kid, or try to get a couple of them so that when the police come, they haven't run off and we can deal with this? Or is he gonna do something once he gets the bat? Because under the law, you are entitled to defend yourself with an equal amount of force of what someone is inflicting on you, if it is in fact self-defense. So my question is, what's he trying to do here? Is he trying to inflict injury on this kid? And I'll push it to you guys. Leave a comment down below. Do you think that it's an equal eye for eye kind of situation if a kid's shot at you, electrocuted you, stolen from you, to then get a baseball bat and do X, Y, and Z? Leave your thought down in the comments below. Okay, so we kind of missed that. I'm gonna go back 10 seconds just to make sure. So he's holding the kid. Let's do this again. All right, so then one of his friends comes, sees his friend is in distress, and I would purport that this kid is now acting in defense of his friend. And we can look at this in different stages, right? So the initial incidents, the initial crimes that were committed, there's no kind of wiping that away and erasing it. Those still need to be dealt with. But in the instance that this guy was now about to take a baseball bat and hurt this little kid, and his friend comes and saves him, well, that might be self-defense via that analysis that we just went through. Now, we haven't seen the degree of damage that's been done yet to the hand, right? So did he maybe break some fingers, just cause some bruising? We don't know just yet. But in any case, I think that there still is a very strong claim for self-defense in this instance. All right, they got away. The spoils of their crimes. Wasting good product. Nice little transition. They're growing up now. Okay, so it seems now there's two teams, right? So we see the little boys are adults now, and so they still have the same kind of, the bandanas, and they don't seem like they're special ops or they're, law enforcement by any means. But this other group also doesn't seem like they're maybe government employees, right? So we don't know, who are they robbing, or are they robbing, or are they on a special mission? We don't know any of that. So we don't know if this is a crime, is basically what I'm trying to get at. And we also know that, obviously, because they were minors, if any charges were brought, what happens is that typically when you become an adult, your record will be sealed or expunged. There's a number of things procedurally that you can do. So obviously, they are all seemingly maybe in their 20s at this point. No one's in jail, so they were able to get out of what they did as kids. But we're going to see what happens next. I'm kind of rooting. I'm kind of feeling, I wish they're like SWAT or some kind of special ops team, because I feel like that's the best story, right? So they get these special skills. They're so organized. They're a great team. And then maybe they didn't just go into crime in their adulthood, and maybe they went into something and this was actually a career. But again, we don't know that. All right, so we saw actual shooting happening as well. So in a similar kind of way, whereas they could have caused fatalities that may or may not have been the intention when they were minors, here they're actually using live firearm and they're actually shooting at other people. They may or may not have made contact and killed some people, but in the same kind of spirit, maybe a reckless endangerment of life.
Banging out the back of my toy car. Hey, yo, I'm eating Fun Dip right now. Not giving a fuck.
Oh. All right, so I'd like to point out two things there. Number one, we do now know the degree of damage that likely had occurred to his hand. They had to actually amputate it. So that's pretty serious. And going back to the likely crimes that these kids committed and what this guy can now do, not only could there be criminal charges from the state, but this truck driver or ice cream, seller, vendor, could bring what are called civil claims. So they're personal claims. And he goes, I now can never use my hand again. I lost my hand. So he could go after their family, right? He could go after anyone who had been connected with, for example, where did they get the explosives, to try and be made whole through monetary payouts. So that's number one. Number two, this guy really loves his job. All these years later, he's still selling ice cream. And I'm guessing as potential atonement for the sins of the past, some of the score is given to this guy via the suitcase that we just saw. It also is pretty apparent, especially with the hook, that this song, as well as the music video, is kind of paying homage to the classic movie Hook with Robin Williams and Dustin Hoffman. And we hear that specifically in the lyrics as well, with the reference to the Lost Boys. And of course, the title, Bangarang. Well, setting aside a lot of concerns about all the illegal fun that's happening, it's a great video. It's a fantastic song. I think it's at something like almost 900 million views on YouTube alone. So this definitely had its moment back in 2011, and that's why we needed to do a real Music Lawyer's reaction to it today. If you're interested in checking out a little of what I'm up to musically, be sure to search Miss Krystle on all music platforms. Don't forget to come say hi on social media. I'm at Top Music Attorney on all social media platforms. If you're an independent artist or thinking about starting your own record label, be sure to visit topmusicattorney.com. I have all kinds of free courses to get you started today. And if you haven't yet, be sure to subscribe, turn on those bell notifications so you don't miss any videos from your new favorite redhead. I'm Miss Krystle. Bye, guys.